Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and I'm coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, we're going to continue on with our What's in the Box series. And in today's What's in the Box, we're going to be looking at Wargames Atlantic's Late Roman Legionnaires, number 1. The number 1 series has the Lorica Hamata. The Lorica Hamata is basically the chain shirt. The Lorica segmentata is the banded plate shirt. So the Lorica being the chest, breastplate, shirt, torso, and the Hamata is the chain, where the segmentata is the segmented plates. Okay, but this one is the Hamata, and it's part of their decline and fall line, which is the Imperial Rome at war, late Republic, late Imperial, or, well, it says late Roman, which is the Imperial Rome. Okay, I'm getting my words mixed up. I love the shield logo, shield design. I see these guys have different designs. He's got darts on the inside of his shield. That's pretty cool. I like it. We'll see if we get, well, I bet you get a standard like that and a bunch of other things. So we'll see. Okay, let's take a look at the box here. We have, now this shows Roman against Roman, even though I know they have a Gaelic set as well. It looks like they're gonna eventually get Goths and Burgundians, Saxons, Franks, and the Romano-British. And then they're going to have an army builder set. So I don't know what rules they're using. Yeah, this allows you to build 24 legionaries with Spatha, Spear, and Plumbata, along with 2 types of standards and full command. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see what we get inside this box. Alright, it looks like we're going to get 6 full-size sprues. That's exciting. And these guys look a little meaty, a little chunky. I'm happy about that. I like chunky models. It makes for easy painting, but it also gives them a little bit of durability, and they look good on the table. I hate ones that are actually perfectly to scale, because at such a small scale, the 15 or 28 millimeters, they look like they're anorexic or super skinny. Okay, let's check these. They all look like the exact same sprue, which makes for easy reviewing. Okay, what we'll do is we'll take a look. I'll kind of gradually go over and talk about each individual part, and then what we'll do is, yeah, we'll talk about each individual part, but then what we'll do is we'll zoom in and you'll get a better look at it. Okay, so let's see what I can see here. First of all, I get 4 shields. It says you get 24, which is your standard like unit size for a game like Hail Caesar, or Sword Point, or Clash of Spears. I don't know what other systems you might be using. Maybe a fantasy system like Warlords of Erewhon or something. This would work for all of those systems. Even the systems like for man-to-man, like Lion Rampant or any of those type of games from Osprey would work as well. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, we got some crests along the tops of the head. That's cool. These all look like feathered crests. And then we got 3 horsehair crests, the plumage, 3 sword in sheath. So if you wanted it out of the sheath or an empty sheath, you'd have to cut off the top of the sword. Okay. You get basically 4 soldiers per sprue and 6 sprues, making a total of 26. So anything I should talk about here, just imagine it being times 6. So if you wanted, there's like 6 standards. So if you wanted to make 6 standard bearers, you could. There is the dragon horn right here. If you want to make 6 dragon horns, you could do that. And then this looks like a bear, a wolf pelt or a pelt of some kind. It only looks like half a pelt. There's another plume right there. So with these 3 plumes and that one, you could actually get 4 plumes, horsehair plumes that is, or the 4 feathered plumes. Not sure about that wolf pelt because I'll have to double check to see if you get any wolf head. It doesn't look like it. So maybe that's a shoulder. That might be just a shoulder drape. I'll have to figure that out. Okay. Spears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure why you would have 5 spears. These 2 spears look a lot different than these 3 spears. These 3 spears have a very narrow head, where these spears have these broad heads. Maybe it's something specific. We have a guy here holding a dart in his hand, like he's getting ready to throw it. We have another sword sheath here, so that does total 4. We have a horn here, just your standard horn. Not like the curled Roman horn. This is more of a Germanic style horn. Oh, okay. All of these shields have darts on the inside of them. Yeah, these guys are not your pilum. They're not your legionary from... they're not your legionary from, like, Republican Romans. Okay, he's got a dart in his hand as well. And so does he. There's a lot of guys who... Oh, wait. You do get a head with a wolf-covered head. Okay, so you get a wolf-covered head, and then on the back of that head, yep, it looks like it's cut out specifically for you to put this drape on the back of that head. Okay, when we zoom in, you'll get to see that. So one of them, that would probably be your standard bearer. That's what I think that's what it's showing. But it could also be the musician as well. And with 6 sprues, you could make 6 of them. So you could make 3 standards with 3 musicians, and they all could have the pelts if you wanted to do that. Okay, I love the detail on the chainmail, the straps and stuff for the extra gear. I like that. Chainmail on their arms. It looks like they've got long sleeves, so they're definitely not the Republican, right? Which would have had the capped sleeves. Yeah, all these shields look exactly the same, which is good. What the heck is that? That is an unusual looking head. He's got like this flat cap that he's wearing on the top. I'm not sure what that is. And then there's a head there which just has a Roman haircut, no helmet. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 different heads. Wow. That's almost like you could give almost everybody a different head. Almost. Okay, the standard ends in a spot. I like that. They give you like a definitive spot where you can put, you cut off the spear tip of one of these spears, whichever one works best for you, and then you glue it right there, and you're going to have a perfect standard. I actually like that. This guy is carrying a commander's wand. It's kind of like a drumstick, but it's more for leadership. It's like a scepter. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Okay. So before we zoom in, I want to just kind of double check the... Okay, no. This is a little odd. They gave this guy with the fur hat... Okay, I know you can't really see very well. But this fur helmet, right, the wolfskin pelt, they gave him the standard and the horn, which I think is okay, I suppose. And they show this guy with a dart. He's reaching back like he's getting ready to throw it. And then he's got a scepter in his hand is what it's showing. Okay. And then it shows like this one with red shields and this one with green shields, and they're going at it. Legio 6 Herculea fights against a treacherous legion. Okay. Now that we've kind of taken a look at the sprue, let's zoom in and actually look at the figures themselves. Alright, so let's just take a quick gander at these heads real quick. And they have various style helmets that you can like glue plumes on top of and things like that. Now these guys have collars, which the tunic that they wear underneath their armor, they would pull a portion of that tunic up around their neck to protect them from chafing from the chainmail. So that's understandable. And then you look like you're starting to get into the Greco-Roman style helmets, you know, with the riveted plates. And so it just depends on, or maybe even what do they call that, auxilia. And then he looks like your traditional Romans. Like these 4 Romans here would be your legionaries. These guys would be your later, I would say even much later Romans, and then these guys here would be like your auxiliary allies. I'm kind of guessing on that, but just based on my memory. There's a dart. There's the dragon standard horn. I'm going to try to angle this so we can see. But yeah, it looks like there's a little spot right there for you to glue in the tip of the standard so that you could have, you know, one of the spears could be holding this up. And then this helmet looks like it's got a built-in crest that could be worked with. And this is one of the flat hats. I'm kind of guessing that would be the padding that the soldiers would wear under their helmets. Probably horsehair padding. And then there's one of the plumes that would go on top of these helmets. And then that looks like just a scepter stick, right? So you have a variant of the scepter. And then we'll be back to the spears, sword, standard. It's got that Pax Romana, whatever it's called. And then that's the backside of the wolf pelt. We'll show both sides of the sprue because that's important. Look at the detail on that. And you can see around his neck where he's got that handkerchief tied around his neck. Not only does he have a skirt, but he's also wearing pants and shoes as opposed to sandals. So yeah, these guys are late war. And see, there's one of the sheaths that you would just cut the sword tip off if he's carrying a sword. If he's carrying a spear, you'd leave the sword in there and have no problems. Okay. Shields. Details. Got his little dagger on the side as well. A strap for when you hang the sword off of it. More dagger throwing. Maybe a head. Sword in a different position, maybe thrusting. Spear. Darts. Fist for shields. Sword, spear. Okay, guy pointing. That's always good to have. And there's the head of the wolf pelted guy, the wolf. More sheaths. More plumes. That one hair. And then you can see the feathered crests that you would glue on those helmets. Okay, let's flip this around and kind of take a look at the backside. Feathered crests, backside, plumes, sword sheaths, and you can see the wolf head has that groove there for you to glue that that dangly bit. Scepter, spears, a lot of detail put into the sleeves as well. Okay, that's good. A couple of fists I would think would be where shields would go. Darts, swords, spears. Inside of the shields, you see where the darts are. Good details for painting. Torsos and jazz. And then there's that wolf hair that hangs off the head. Standard poles. Spears. And there's that horn. And that's the second scepter. He's holding it differently. He's holding it by the ball, where the other guy was holding it by the shaft. And there's that other side of the dragon horn, which would only be used, really, would only be used by Germanic auxiliary. There's those flats. Various helmets. Those look like, the middle ones look like your traditional Roman legionary helmets, in my opinion. And there would be some Germanic auxiliaries. And these guys down here, I'm not sure. I think that would be like Constantinople or whatever. What do they call that? That Eastern Roman. Alright guys, well, that looks like that's how you'd get your fighting force for the Romans built pretty quickly. You'd get 24 figures, including standard and officers and musicians. And they all look really good. They do have a couple of sets that would go with this. I think I'm not sure about the Vikings. I think Vikings might be one of the sets, but I know I've seen a Goth set. And once I get those sets in, I'll be sure to do a What's in the Box for those as well. But thank you for coming out and checking out this What's in the Box for the late Roman Legionnaires. And I'll catch you in the next one.